Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Stark Fishing. Today, Kent and I are behind Clarksville Reservoir Dam once again. We have just tied up to the rope, and I want you to watch carefully what's about to happen.
Yeah, my right hand's free. All right. Woo. Woo! Woo! I'm not gonna put that on mine. Saved my knees. Saved by my knees. I thought I was fixing to be Chile. Oh man. The sun's brighter. The blues are bluer. I mean, oh man.
Now that was a close call, and it's the reason why this particular video is titled No Fish is Worth Dying For. Now, I have alluded in the past that I've had some viewers, including my own father, who've been nervous about the current and my boat location behind the dam while I've been creating these videos. More importantly, they've been concerned about the lack of life jackets being worn. Now, this trip, specifically what you just saw, was the catalyst for me to decide that from this point on, myself and any guest, no matter what age, will be wearing a life vest while fishing in this current or when we're traveling at any speed greater than 5 miles an hour.
Flippin' Brady, they couldn't hardly win a game. Now they're going to play for the NFC Championship. Oh, there we go.
Ken has the first hookup. So this would be a good time to mention how important it is to have your drag set properly. I believe I have maybe 20-pound braid on this reel and about a 15-pound test fluorocarbon leader. But if the drag had been set too tight, Kent's line would have broken before he even had a chance to fight this fish. If you've seen my previous videos fishing in this location, you know the next part is tricky. You have to put your pole over the rope and then under so the fish will make its way to our side of the rope. I'm thankful to say that we haven't lost a rod yet this year.
Has he stopped yet, or is he still pulling?
I apologize for the water droplet on the lens. Somehow I missed that. I try to wipe it before we start filming. I'm thinking maybe Kent might have messed it up somehow.
I see now. We get close to where you're getting spooled now, we'll unhook and we'll go after it.
Sure.
I've always found life jackets to be somewhat constricting and uncomfortable. But now I've started shopping for an option that would alleviate those issues and hopefully help me make the transition to wearing a PFD anytime I'm in the boat.
I was about to reel it in. You're welcome to cast.
All right. Just let me know when you get close.
Yeah, I'm feeling under control, man. He was running.
Now, as this YouTube channel grows, I feel that it's important that I and my guests are modeling best practices for water safety. That doesn't mean I'm not going to be fishing off the rope. It just means that I'm going to be a lot safer in case an accident does happen. Now, this is definitely a bigger fish, and Kent, he's actually using one of my lighter rods that I felt was inadequate to bring in the big fishes. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here.
Starting to wear out. Catfish will fight forever.
So I did some research regarding Georgia law concerning PFDs, or personal flotation devices. And this is what I found out. So each vessel must have on board a wearable life vest for each person. And they need to be in good, serviceable condition and really accessible. They shouldn't be stowed in locked compartments. Also, it needs to be the intended size for the wearer. This would be based on their chest size, their body weight, And also, if you look inside the vest, you should see a Coast Guard approved insignia that will tell you the intended size for the wearer as well. Also, any vessel that's greater than 16 feet needs to have a throwable device on board. And this will also need to be Coast Guard approved.
And it's still pretty far out there. He
Yeah.
took it for a ride.
Yeah, he did. Okay, so I've realized that my net is too small.
This net?
Yeah.
Oh, for those big, like
Yeah.
that one you caught the other day?
Yep. The one I caught, well, that one the other day. But the other day, that big 33-incher, I didn't even have it in the boat with me. I had to. I didn't have a choice. But then yesterday, I had 2 fish that I could not get them to go into the net. And I had to, the big one, I finally had to drop the net and just lip it. Ooh, that set's right. Oh.
Big, but it's manageable.
Make sure you're reeling a little bit faster when you bring that pole tip back down. You should always keep some sort of pressure on that fish.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep that. I know you told me not to let it have slack.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'll give it a chance to whip it. Woo! Don't run it.
Man, that's amazing. That's a big one. That's a keeper. Maybe. It's hard to tell because that pole's lighter than this pole.
It just surfaced over there. It's still 30. Look at it. Come on, look, huh? He's on the surface out there, about 30 yards out.
Yeah, I'd say you can probably start reeling a little bit more.
Yeah.
Going in. This is about done. Now, see, now, if that's the only fish we catch out here on the rope today, it'll be worth the rope. Well, you haven't gotten into the boat yet.
What pound test line is this?
So it's probably like 20-pound braid, and it's a 15-pound, 15-pound fluorocarbon. That's the leader, that is.
So that horn is a warning to anyone on the river that the water level could rise significantly in a short amount of time. They're already generating on all 7 units, so what that really means is they're turning up 1 or more and increasing the flow. So if you're ever down there on the river and that horn goes off and you're not expecting it, be prepared to have to go change your pants because it will scare you to death.
Thing's still fighting, man. It just flashed on me.
I saw it, yeah. I saw it.
open his mouth and hold his breath.
Don't worry, just get it up there in front of the camera. Let's measure it.
Holy crackers.
It's best in the I haven't caught one this big yet. That's the size of the one that I caught the other day. You want to butcher it?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, let's put it in the cooler.
Great. That is a monster animal. I'm gonna lean to the center of the boat here. For me and the fish. Wow. Your turn.
Now, did you hear what Kent just said? He said, it's your turn. Now, I didn't know that Kent was a prophet, but watch what happens on my next cast.
Yeah, it shocked me. It was way down there.
Yeah, you took out a bunch. Looky there.
You got one? Yay.
Now, if you were watching, you saw there's not much jigging or finessing the lure in these kinds of conditions. You just cast, and you let the current do the work for you.
I had no control over the size of that fish.
I'm starting to get a little cocky there. Did you see that? I actually put the pole under with one hand. I don't think I'll do that again. I really like my new rod and reel. Nicely done, Kent.
I put it in the sea. Tape measure. I'll leave it right in the sea.
It's not. This is not. It's not even close.
This was a good fish, but not big enough to warrant a measure. I know there was just a transition, but if you go back, you'll see that the 360 video allows us to view just how close Kent came to hooking me in the face while I was bending over. Had I been standing up, I think he would have got me. That's a detail you would have missed with a standard GoPro or other front-facing camera.
Beautiful sound. The hull of the boat scraping. Yeah. Told me, like, I like that boat he's got. It sits up high on water. I think you're on skill. Yeah, I see my air all the time. Got it? Oh yeah. Sweet. Fine. Man. Good one. I think so. It's pulling yours that much. Yours is stronger than yours. Yeah. Yeah, come back. Grab the collar. There you go. Oh. This is the pulling drag.
It'd be nice if we both got a keeper.
All right, fishy. It's coming doubles.
Hey, thanks for going back.
Oh yeah, no problem.
You'll really be thankful though when we start
Yeah, dipping our
digging
hands
minnows in there, out of there.
Yeah, it's conveniently located. I'll do a commercial on your show. The Herring Hut, conveniently located at the dam.
They carry minnow nets.
They had discount potato chips
Pork rind.
and are willing to take whatever cash in your pocket so you don't have to use debit card.
That was quite a drought. That was about 40 minutes between our last
Was it that long?
fish and the next hookup.
I didn't realize it was that long.
He went back over.
So I apologize. The camera records 30-minute segments and then resets and continues to record. So you lose about 2 to 3 minutes in that time period, which in this case included me landing the fish. So here's the new life jacket that I'm leaning towards. If you've used one of these or have a brand name or type that you prefer, please let me know in the comments. Help me out as I shop for my new PFD.
I got a digital scale on. Just subtract. comes with some big old fishes.
So at this point, it's probably about 11 o'clock in the morning, and they're actually getting ready to shut down the generation. But sometimes they do it in stages. So if you look, you can see it just really looks really turbulent right now. What's happened is they've turned off number 7, and the water is kind of readjusting to the new current. Occasionally during this transition, schools of shad will get caught, stunned, or killed by the thousands. And this seems to cause a feeding frenzy. In a couple weeks, I'll be sharing a video of what happens when thousands of stunned shad start floating down the river.
Got it. Yeah. My Yosemite Sam language. Burn it, cut it, tit it, burn it, burn it. There's a whole compilation of Yosemite Sam. I send it out to teachers when we're having a bad day. Dad, come it.
Well, that's a wrap on another trip. I sure hope the hybrid striper bite returns before long, but it sure has been fun while it lasted. Thanks for joining, and if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. Blessings on you all, and remember, if you see me on the water, be sure to say hello.